Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Manapriya and in today's session I'll be taking you through a simple but powerful topic, break-even analysis using Excel. This topic is directly from our financial analysis and modeling syllabus and it falls under the section cost volume profit analysis. The concept of break even point helps every business understand at what level of sales it neither makes profit nor loss. It's one of the most practical financial tool used for business decision making and today we'll not only calculate it but also visualize it beautifully using a break even chart in Excel. By the end of this video, you'll know how to calculate the break-even point, build a model in Excel, and interpret it just like financial analysts do. So let's get started. Before we jump into Excel, let's quickly understand what break-even points mean. Every business has two type of cost, fixed cost and variable cost. These costs remain the fixed cost remain constant no matter how much you produce. For example, rent, salaries, insurance, they don't change even if the company produce 1 or 100 units. Variable cost. These costs vary with production. For example, the cost of raw materials, electricity per unit, package. Now, as the company sells products, it earns revenue, but that revenue has to first cover both fixed and variable cost. The point where total revenue is equal to total cost is called the break even point. Beyond this point, the company starts earning profit. Below this point, it suffers a loss. So, break even analysis helps management decide how many units must be sold to avoid a loss. Now, let's start the calculation. I'm gonna write description in A1 and in B1 I'm gonna write values in rupees. Under description, we are writing selling price per unit. And the next one is variable cost per unit. Next and the last one is fixed cost. Let's write the values. Selling price per unit is 500. Let's write it in rupees. And variable cost per unit is 300. Again rupees. And the fixed cost is 1 lakh. So here is what these mean. The company sells one product for 500. It costs rupees 300 in variable cost per unit to make that product. The company also has 1 lakh in fixed cost which must be paid regardless of how many unit it sells. Next, we'll calculate the contribution per unit and then the break even point. I'm gonna write contribution per unit here. That is equal to selling price per unit, that is 500, minus variable cost per unit, that is 300, and our answer is rupees 200. Sorry. And the next one is break even point in units, that is equal to fixed cost, that is 1 lakh, divided by 200 contribution per unit, and that is 500. This divides fixed cost by contribution per unit. This means the company must sell at least 500 units to cover all its cost. Selling below that results in a loss. Selling above that gives profit. So now let's prepare a table that show how cost, revenue and profit behave at different sales level. In column D, I'm gonna write units sold. And in column E, I'm gonna write total cost. And next, I will be writing total revenue. Before moving further, I'm gonna highlight the important points, the main headings and contribution per unit, break-even point, and the unit sold, total cost, and total revenue. I'm gonna highlight it in, okay, yellow only. No. Okay, I'll be taking blue for the headings. And for contribution per unit and break-even point, I'm gonna go with yellow. Yes. Also, I'm gonna bold this. Yes. So now I'm gonna fill the column D with unit numbers starting from 0 up to 1000 in steps of 100. That is nothing but 0, 100, 200. Then now I'm gonna drag till 1000. Done. Now we have to calculate the total cost. That equals to fixed cost plus variable cost into units sold. I'm gonna log fixed cost because it's gonna be same, and I'm gonna log the variable cost also. Yes, enter. Now I'm gonna drag. Yes. Now let's calculate total revenue equals to the total revenue formula is selling price into units sold. Our selling price is 500 rupees, and I'm gonna lock it because it's gonna be same for all the units into units sold. Enter. We got the value. Now I'm gonna drag it. Done. So this gives us a dynamic table where total cost and total revenue change with the number of units sold. Now let's scroll through the table and find where total revenue is equal to total cost. That is at 500 units. So if you absorb the table clearly, at 500 units, the total cost is equal to 2,50,000. Also the 2,50,000 in total revenue. So below 500 units, the total cost is greater than the total revenue, which shows a loss. Above 500 units, the total revenue is higher, showing a profit. So this is one of the simplest and most visual financial concept in business management. Next, we move on to creating a chart. Let's select this one, D, E and F, and let's go to insert a line chart. Yes, we got a line chart here. Let's drag it down. Okay, here the blue line represent the unit sold, and the red line is for total cost, and the green line shows the total revenue. So if you can see, the line crosses each other between 2 lakh and 3 lakh. That is exactly 2,50,000, which is our break-even point. And let's add profit and loss column here. I'm gonna write profit or loss. Okay, this got highlighted. And let's calculate it for 0 units. Here the formula is total revenue minus total cost. Enter. And I'm gonna drag it. So here you can see at 100 units, the loss is 80,000, and at 400 units, the loss is 20,000, and at 500 units, the loss, there is no loss, no profit. So it's 0. And at 800 units, the profit is 60,000, and at 1,000 units, it is 1 lakh. Let's interpret the results. The break-even point is 500 units. This means the business must sell 500 units to cover all its cost. If the company sells more than 500 units, it will make a profit. Every extra unit adds 200 more profit. If it sells less than 500, it will make a loss. The area above the intersection, which is this, on the chart represents the profit zone. So this represents the area above the intersection represents the profit zone, and the area below the intersection represents the loss zone. So this is our loss, all this is our profit. So we can also calculate something called margin of safety. Suppose the company is currently selling 800 units. Let's calculate the margin of safety. I'm gonna highlight this. Bold and then yellow. Done. Okay. Let's say the company is currently selling 800 units. So the margin of safety will be actual sales minus break even sales. That is, actual sale is 800 because it is selling 800 units, and minus the break even sales. As we got the answer here, break even sales is 500 units. 500. So we got our answer as 300 units. This means the company can afford to lose sales of up to 300 units before it reaches the break even level. It's a measure of how safely the company is operating above its cost level. So that's how you create a break even analysis model using Excel. Let's recap everything we did. We understood the concept of fixed and variable cost, calculated contribution per unit and break even point, prepared a table of total cost and total revenue, created a break even chart to visualize where profit starts, added profit or loss and margin of safety for better analysis. This is one of the most useful practical topics in the financial analysis and modeling syllabus, and you can easily demonstrate it in any presentation or anything. So, thank you so much for watching. Thank you all.